Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna compare my old PEAVEY 5150 black leather, which is slightly muddied, from '92 to brand new Chinese-made PEAVEY 6505 and 6505 Plus. First, let's listen a song I actually wrote for the video I did about Jens Bogren's Christian Cole IR pack called Rainbows and Chainsaws. This is a slightly different version. But let's listen to the song first, and then I will compare these more and discuss about the differences. Okay, that was the song. On the 80s parts, I had a little bit of stereo delay, pitch shift and reverb, and on the heavier parts, I just doubled the guitars afterwards, so it's spread hard left and hard right. And as you heard, the differences are quite subtle. So let me play the first riff with you, and now I don't have any effects, just a tiny amount of room reverb, so you would hear it approximately the same that I'm hearing. I'm monitoring myself via my Genelec Studio monitors. So. As you hear, very subtle differences. And the signal chain is my guitar, pedal board. I have now Bus SD1 on, ISP decimator. Then it goes to the KHE amp switcher, then into these amps, back to KHE and into Sir reactive load, where I'm using my signature IR from Jens Bogren called Valovirta. Then the signal goes to the Steinberg audio interface and to Cubase. And like I said, I'm monitoring myself via Genelec speakers. So nothing is coming from here. Okay, I've had these amps now for a couple of weeks. I've been playing with them and they're really good. Like you heard, I mean, the old PEAVEYs that were made in the States, they were known, among many other things, that they were really road durable. I mean, you could basically drop them from a, tour bus and they would still work. They were built like a tanks. I don't know about these because I haven't toured with these because I've been having these here at my studio, but I've been cranking these, they've been on several hours, and no problem. This one actually, there was a funny smell first when I turned this on, because these are, like I said, brand new. I got these from a great Swiss music store called MusiX to try these out. But after a while, the smell disappeared. But it's natural, new tubes, they were kind of burning in. So, the sound-wise, they are like the old ones. The build quality, the road durability, I don't know. Okay, so what are the differences? Now I'm having the SD1 and lead channel on both, and basically same settings. The pre-gain is around 3, lows, highs around 8, mids between 6 and 7. Little bit differences between the amps because I try to find the sweet spot. Post gain, aka master, is around 3 on all, resonance and presence around 8. So first the black letter, and the mods that this has is the bias mod and the choke mod. What they do, because as you know probably, these are cold biased, so it's a fixed bias. You can basically throw any 606 tubes there and forget it. This is like now hot biased. And the choke mod, it kind of removes those really, really high highs. So the amp is, in my opinion, a little bit warmer and not that cold sounding. Okay, so just simple E palm mute. There's not that much of difference. These sound really close, but because of the mods, like I said, the highs aren't not as aggressive, and overall I think it's a bit warmer sound. The biggest difference, in my opinion, is that this feels a bit like faster, harder, like colder, more like metal. And this feels more. The playing feel is now actually quite close to 800 with this one. It just feels a little bit more natural. I don't know, hard to describe. But the sound is really close. And this one, the Plus version, it's the kind of coldest of them all. And really fast attack, almost like there'll be like noise gate, like really high. And the reason is, don't remember the technical details. I'll put a link to the video where Dave Freeman interviews James Brown, a guy who designed and built this with Eddie, that it was a happy accident because they were meant to put some part here, like on this one, but they accidentally put it some other part with different values, and that made the amp even tighter. And Eddie liked that a lot because, as you probably know, Eddie didn't use any overdrives. I'm going to show how this sounds soon without an overdrive and with Tube Screamer. So that's the kind of difference. I think this is a bit, because of that, the feel is different, and I guess the sound is a little bit, I don't know, colder also. Okay, so now I'm gonna step off the SD and let's listen without SD. Now you can actually hear, at least I can hear the difference better, and the playing feel is different. So this is, with the mods, it's the most pleasant to play, because these two, especially this Plus, is really like hard and fast, like whoa, and well, really close but a little bit harder. Okay, then let's check out the rhythm channel. I need to switch on that rhythm channel. So many people say, including I said, that the clean channel of 5150 sucks. But it's not, I think it's not meant to be as clean. I mean, it says rhythm, it doesn't say clean. Because with this channel, that's a little bit warmer, a little bit fuller low end in general than on the lead channel. So I guess what Eddie, you know, was thinking when he designed this. So this is more vintage channel, kind of like old Marshall type. Not the same, but the feel. And this is just more aggressive sounding. So I dialed in this kind of, you know, rock sound with both. Oh, I was wondering why it's so hard. It was that one. Okay, now we're with this one. I guess that was what he had in mind, you know, because he doesn't usually clean sound, it's just less gain, more gain. No, hard for teacher. Okay, then this one. This is really like cold and aggressive. Even though I have almost the low end. Yeah, it's my least favorite of these channels. This is my favorite, the mudded one. Yeah, it's okay. Then let's switch back to lead channels and let's use a tube screamer, GS9. And the way I've set it, levels max, gain 0, treble around 3 o'clock. And this is a JHS Bonsai, which is a fantastic like Swiss army of tube screamers. So now I have the GS9 mode. So first with SD and then with tube screamer, all amps. like you hear SD, I just love it. It just makes everything tighter. It's kind of open. Because with two screamers, it's a little bit like, even though I didn't have any gain, but that's just personal preferences. Because many people like to use GS808 or Maxon 808 or GS9 with 5150s, but I've always preferred SD1, like with basically any other amp, especially with Marshalls and this 5150. So I'm not gonna go through clean sounds because, like I said, I think this is made for rhythm. If you want to have a clean sound, then you're not probably watching this 5150. You know, you can get it to clean by switching off the crunch, but it's just, yeah. Okay, so conclusion, in my opinion. These two, I've owned the script logo also, because the story is, they released this in '92, it had this logo, but EV, Electro Voice, claimed that, because they had a speaker line called EVH or something, and they claimed that these people will get mixed by this, which is like how you would get mixed with a PA speaker and amp. But anyway, Hartley PEAVEY thought that, okay, well, whatever, we'll just change it to Eddie Van Halen's signature. And when they made the change, they ran out of these Sylvania, whatever was the brand, the tubes that were used. And because the factory had closed, so and PEAVEY ran out of their, you know, they didn't have those anymore, so they started to use some other tubes. And obviously, other brand tubes, it sounds a bit different. So people thought that they've done something with the, you know, amp. But it has stayed exactly the same all these years. Obviously, if you change tubes, different brand of tubes, different values, the sound changes, the amp behaves differently. So, and I've owned two of the script logo ones. I think they were like 94, 95 back in the day. This one I bought 2 or 3 years ago. It's actually from Toronto, so it's a 110 volts, but I have a attenuator which changes the European 230 volts to 110. So, yeah, I played with the American-made 6550s, the black letter which I have, the script logo 5150, the 6505 American-made, and now with the Chinese-made. No difference, to be honest, because it's the same amp. I mean, and PEAVEY is known, at least amps are known for, you know, build quality, road durability. I don't know why it would change, no matter if some guy puts the parts in America or in China. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't tried these on the road, so I don't know. But the sound is the same. This has always been, I remember when the 5152 came out, my friend bought it then, and we were like, because it's really hard, almost like there will be some kind of gate or something in front. So he actually sold that and he bought mine, because I had two, and you know, whatever. But sound-wise, it's pretty much the same. I guess it's a little bit maybe hunkier, I don't know. But the playing feel is different. If you're looking for an extremely aggressive tight amp for metal, then I say the 6505 Plus or the 5152. This rhythm channel I don't really like at all. It doesn't work because the input is so hard. But with higher gains metal, great. If you want just basic overall great 5150 sound, then this one. Both channels work great. You don't need a separate EQ, like you heard. If you want a little bit more fuller sound, especially the rhythm channel, be more kind of more vintage, more fuller, then I recommend the choke mod and the bias mod. And you know, if you're like me, I searched for the black letter for several years, because like I said, I used to own 2 of these with the script logo, but I said that I will someday buy me a black letter. I knew that it doesn't sound, it's the same amp and these and the others, but you know, it's just cool to have because it's pretty rare. These were only made 1 year. You know, like my Zach Wild 800, only 600 of those were made, but it's an 800, it's just 6552 and black level sided graphics. Yeah, I know. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. All the best. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye.